What you doing, Simba? Simba, what you doing? I didn't think there was room up there. Daddy needs to put one more thing up there. You seeing the birdies? You handsome boy. You handsome boy. Oh, you're gonna go get the birds? Hey friends, happy Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. It is about 4:30 and it's been a busy day and beautiful sunshine today, but it's only in the teens. So we are having scalloped potatoes and ham, and that is like 13 points the way that Mr. Jerry makes it. And so that will give us enough for 2 meals, and then we still have the soup that he made the other day that we can have tomorrow. So today I sat there and I really wanted to get out, but it didn't work out. I wanted to get out and go shopping for some material, but it didn't work out. So, but it is what it is, right? So it's just a beautiful looking day outside. So I decided then to bake. When I get down or whatever, I bake. And when I'm happy, I bake. So I thought I would try my raisin bread recipe and do it with the whole wheat berries. And I used a 1.5 cups of the hard white and a 1.5 cups of the soft white, and that's supposed to equal like all-purpose flour. And I had to add 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour because researching the soft wheat will absorb the liquids more, and so you need more flour in it. What I'm discovering is that you also have to mix it a lot longer than you do your all-purpose flour. The raisin bread should only take 10 minutes, and with the whole wheat berries in it, it took 22 minutes. So, and then doubling it in the bowl took 90 minutes. And then when I put it into the loaf pan, that only took 45, like they said it should. I think it could have went a little higher, but Mr. Jerry said that it was okay. And I said, it's not going to raise anymore. See, he's used to bread. When you use bread flour or regular flour, sometimes your breads will even rise a little bit more. But this wheat flour, so far the 2 that I've done has not raised once it's in the oven. So, but it's got to bake about between 40-45 minutes. So it will be hopefully done about the time that the scalloped potatoes are, because I'm baking it at 350 instead of 375. And I'll test it with the temperature probe in it, and if it reads 190, then it's done. So, and it's brown on top. So we've been watching the women's U.S. curling today, and but just sitting. I got laundry going. It's in the dryer now, and just sitting in between all that stuff. So, but on my missing grains, FedEx still hasn't found it, but the place I ordered it through, she called me today and they are shipping it out. And because they're only like an hour from us, it's coming by FedEx. It should come Saturday. So, but we discovered, or Mr. Jerry discovered yesterday when he went over to Mooville to get our milk, there's an Amish store over there, and he stopped there because that's where we get our cheese from. And Simba, And he said that they have grains over there. For what I paid for two 25-pound bags of grain at this place, I can get it over to the Amish store. Half the price for 50-pound bags. So two 50-pound bags cost me half the cost of what the two 25-pound bags do. And it's the same type of berries. So when our berries get used up and get down, we will then go and at least do the 50-pound bag, because they figure, if you figure a loaf of bread takes about 3 cups, 3.5 cups, probably within 6 months, making bread every week like I do, we should go through it, the 25 pounds. So, and the bread came out, as you saw yesterday. It looked really nice. Mr. Jerry said it was a little dense, but I think wheat bread is a little dense, but it was soft and it had great flavor. He says don't change the flavor. Well, that's because it had the combination of hard wheat, soft wheat, and bread flour. I found a recipe online that a gal, that her mom has made this for 40 years, and this recipe, and so I thought it came out good, so for the first one. So because in my mind, I just want to be able to look at my recipes and just say, okay, this is the flour, this is how much I need to use in the wheat berries to grind them up. But it doesn't always work that way. But you don't know until you try. And so that's what I did with the raisin bread today. And I did put a cinnamon raisin bread. I made that for Mr. Jerry. I can't eat too much cinnamon because it will upset my my hernia and all that stuff, my all that stuff. I just can't do it anymore. And so it called for a tablespoon and a half of cinnamon, which I thought was a lot, unless you can handle cinnamon and you really like it. And so he said do 2 teaspoons. Well, I did a teaspoon and a half. So I thought that was a good compromise. So we'll see how it cuts up and tastes and all that stuff. But his cookies that he made with the leftover flour, the hard white isn't made for cookies really, and that's it had half of that in there. So next time he makes cookies, which is going to be a while because we froze a cookie sheet's worth the time before, so we have cookies in there for him to pull out and bake whenever. And normally if he bakes cookies, he does, I'd like to think 4 cookies, but he doesn't. He does like 6 cookies. And there are times he's done 4, but it saves by doing a big batch. I told him, I said, you know, you'd be smarter to do a regular size batch and bake up what you want and the rest freeze. And that way you have cookies whenever you need it. And I said, so if you only want a couple cookies that night, then you can just bake a couple cookies. Well, his couple cookies usually are 4 or 5 or 6. So, but yeah. So other than that, haven't done too much. But just watching the Olympics and trying out this new adventure. So, but anyways, I'm going to let you go. But I thought I would come on and say hey, and hopefully you all are doing well, and you know, that you haven't given up the ship. And it's always nice to hear from you, my friends. I love when you comment below and just talk to me. You know, I really enjoy it. It helps me to keep motivated enough to come back and talk to you. So, but anyways, Happy Thursday. Hopefully I'll see you on Friday.